Good evening and welcome to News Geelong. Tonight we visit the launch of the 2010 prestigious Golden Plates Awards at the Carousel on our picturesque Geelong waterfront. In the world of Geelong sport, Tim Michell, our man of pulsating sports, includes an interview with Wade Chapman, coach of the reigning Bellarine Football League premiers, the Drysdale Hawks. And in the weather world, the sparkling Larni Salathiel will update us with her prognostications on our Geelong and region's weather outlook for the next week. Leopold continues to develop as a growth area on the eastern outskirts of Geelong. Local City of Greater Geelong councillor Rob McDonald enjoyed the spade work as he turned the first sod of another expanding area at Leopold, as Meryl Friend reports.
Luca Road in Leopold is the new Estuary Leopold Estate, which has been turning of the sod today as new developments start this week. What does this development mean for Leopold, Rod?
Look, I think it's a great step forward. It's a fantastic development with lots of new sustainability features, and I think it'll be a great place to live.
And how will the infrastructure support these 650 odd extra homes?
Look, as part of this development, there's a significant contribution from the developer, over $500,000 going into local community facilities. And in addition to that, we've also got the construction of a soccer pitch and a cricket/footy oval, as well as parkland. So there's some great recreational areas set aside for residents and the broader Leopold community. And
schools and doctors, that sort of thing, is that going to be able to cater for the extra numbers?
Look, I think that'll grow as time moves forward. Leopold is a growing town. It's probably around about 9,000 now, and planned to be about 15,000 people here in the next 10 to 15 years. So obviously we'll need to grow all the services in the town, and that has started with the opening of the new shopping centre 3 years ago. And
what sort of infrastructure is put in place for this one?
Sure. One of the main pieces of infrastructure that we'll put in place here, Meryl, is the 5 hectare public open space area. That will include some ovals and sporting grounds. We'll have a large bioretention waterway that runs along the front of the project to collect and clean stormwater as it comes off the site. And we're fortunate enough to have a local shopping centre just down the road, less than a kilometre away, so people can do their local shopping, and it's very convenient for them.
Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. The State Minister for Community Services and member for Bellarine, Lisa Neville, visited the construction site of a new home in Grovedale being built for 5 young people with disabilities. News Geelong spoke with Lisa Neville on her site inspection.
Part of development of over 240 new places to support people with a disability around Victoria. This is one of the new ones going up here in Geelong, and it's specifically to support young people who might be at risk of entering a residential aged care if we weren't to provide some specialist housing for them, as well as to provide some accommodation to take the burden off older carers in our community who have looked after their sons or daughters who have a disability. So this will provide a new housing option, specialist housing option for 5 young people in this region, providing them with an opportunity to live in the community, to have friends and family here, and to make new friends amongst other young people. We've put in $1.1 million to the capital here, as well as provided funding to Scope, who will provide the service, and they do a great job in this region to actually run this on a daily basis.
Thank you to our Lisa and her continued work for Geelong. The MG Car Club was on parade at the Geelong Waterfront Steampacker Gardens last Sunday, as our own Luke Wierzbowski reports.
I'm down here at a rather wet waterfront for the annual MG Classic Cars display.
All the members are presenting their cars as a show and shine to be judged by the club members. Not as in originality, but as in what appeals to those members. In other words, the cars that look good and look the best. So it's a little bit different to what we get normally, but it's really for members to see one another's cars and to judge them. 28 years ago, this club really was an annex of the Victorian Club from Melbourne. And it got so strong that the local members said, let's form our own club, which they did around then. And one of the events became this classic car display, although it wasn't on the scale it is now. It was only known as a show and shine those days, and we'd have it in a park or car park somewhere, and it's just grown from there to what you see here today. This is the biggest one we've ever had. MG started way, way back in the early 1900s in England, and they were manufactured in a city near Oxford called Abington, and they then came to Australia when it became BMC, British Motor Corporation, and this particular model we're sitting in was actually, this style of car was manufactured in Sydney until they finished up in the late 70s. 1979 they finished making this style of MG. There are still MGs being made by a Chinese consortium, but they're more of a modern motor car. So the badge is still going.
This is Luke Wierzbowski inside an MG at the Steam Packet Place in Geelong. Back to you, Graham.
Thank you, Luke. Fine machinery involved and enjoyed by many. The Kiwanis Club of Geelong will hold its 19th annual All Ford Day at Deakin University Sports Ground at Warren Ponds this Sunday. Yes, it's 50 years ago this week that the first Ford XK Falcon rolled off the assembly line at the Broadmeadows plant. Meryl Friend was at the Ford Discovery Centre in Geelong for the launch of this year's show.
If you're a car enthusiast, this is for you, the 19th annual Kiwanis Club All Ford Day at Deakin University, Pigden Road, Warren Ponds on February the 21st. Bob, can you tell us what the Kiwanis Club actually do?
Yes, Meryl, we're a service club like Rotary and Lions, and our principal difference is that our aim is helping children. So the bulk of our funds that we raise go to children in our local community.
And how long has the Kiwanis Club been going in Geelong?
The club kicked off in the mid-70s, so we've been running whatever that is, 47 odd years, so it's one of the older service clubs.
And what's your involvement been with it?
I'm currently president of the club. I have been president on and off for 4 years, and I support our chairman, Graham Munro, in running the All Ford Day.
So it's a big fundraising day for you on Sunday the 21st of February. What's that one all about?
All right, the All Ford Day is our major fundraiser. It puts $40,000 into our coffers that we can then feed back into the community. So it's a very important event.
And it's also a very special day because it's the 50th anniversary of the Ford Falcon.
That's true, that's correct. This year, it's the 50th year that they've been making the Falcon in Australia. At Broadmeadows, the first Falcon rolled off the line 50 years ago in the middle of the year. We have one of the first models on display, but this year, because it's the 50th anniversary, we have a special display of 23 models of Falcon, all lined up one after the other, so people can come and look at every single model of Falcon that's been produced over the 50 years.
Rev up your engines. I'm Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Expect a great day and support the Kiwanis Club in its continued fundraising efforts for the Geelong community. And by the way, Kiwanis is an American Indian term that means we share our talents. As we go to a break on News Geelong, we'll return with more after this.